A date with dynasty awaits for one of these two Adelaide ice hockey clubs. It's the decider, Game 3 of the Premier League Grand Final between the Jokers and the Redwings, right here in Adelaide, South Australia on beautiful Ghana land. Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Eric Balnar, joined by Justine Rufino for some expert commentary. Justine, it's been a great series so far. Jokers took Game 1 4-2. Redwings won a classic, coming back to win it at the death. 2-1 yesterday, and it sets it up for a winner-take-all game this afternoon. It's pretty exciting. Oh, it's so exciting. You could not have built more anticipation if you tried. Even within both games, it's just so back and forth and back and forth. Epic goals, epic saves, and it's just all come to this. Well, let's take a look what happened yesterday early in the game. Look, I mean, it's the speed of Daniel Chen. He's so elusive, he can do this, can't he? Unbeatable. And look at that. I mean, straight through the guts and into the net. Like I said yesterday, he is our equivalent to Connor Bedard. He's got the speed, he's got the guts, but here we see the Redwings. Yeah, that made it 1-0. The Redwings late in the game. This was their 6th power play opportunity. They hadn't converted before, but finally, with a bit of traffic, they end up scoring a game-tying goal because of Josh Bortignon. They do. Look at this angle on this. That is unreal. The bottle flew. It could not have been better through traffic, through about 5 people. And then we've got the third one. Yeah, this was the game-tying goal. Under 2 minutes to go. A lot of pressure from the Redwings, and it all came out of a little mad skirmish in front of Jeremy Friedrich. It did, and look at this traffic. One little fumble, and Nicola Powell just sitting back past all the players and pops it straight over Jeremy Friedrich, who is splayed out, trying desperately for it. Redwings didn't win last night. The season was over, and the Jokers would have claimed their 3rd championship in 4 years, but it really was. I mean, what do you think accounted for that Redwings gutsy 3rd period effort where they scored those 2 goals, and what would you like to see them do today? Oh, look, you know, it's one of those things where I think they understand the assignment. And, you know, talking to Bill before the game, he said, you know, for them, it's getting in front of Jeremy, going to be crucial tonight again. And their goals coming from getting pucks deep and creating that chaos. And you can see that they did that. They achieved that goal yesterday. If they can do it again and they can keep the Jokers out, I think this is going to be a red night. That may apply for both teams, because if life is made easy for the goaltenders, well, life is going to be difficult for the offenders, because the goaltenders have been fantastic in this series. I mean, yesterday, Jeremy Friedrich in net for the Jokers and Curtis Villani in net for the red and white, the Redwings, were fantastic, really holding their teams to either a 1-goal lead or keeping them in the games when they needed it the most. They put on an absolute clinic. Both goalies, absolutely insane. And, you know, their defense did put up a good fight, but at the end of the day, like this example here, the goalies were left to do the dirty work, and they absolutely did it. Jeremy Friedrich and Curtis Villani shared the net late in that Avalanche championship season, winning season, and they have gone toe-to-toe now in the last 3 grand finals. And the Jokers have won one of them, the Red Wings have won the other, and tonight will be the decider to see really who is the king of the castle when it comes to ice hockey land in South Australia. Jokers can move the puck around a lot. They've got sort of that European speed. Meanwhile, the Red Wings, they've got balanced attack, top to bottom, a very North American style of play. Absolutely, and you see that with the Red Wings, their strength, just innate strength, innate bodywork. You don't see that in European hockey as much. You see movement, fluidity, puck movement, and it's almost like a bit of a dance for them on special teams especially. Other thing for the Jokers last night, penalties really did undo them. They took 7 penalties, or they had 7 shorthanded opportunities, in the game in general. They also had 2 different times where calls were made, delayed calls coming to the Red Wings, and the Jokers took a retaliation penalty to take away an opportunity. I'm sure discipline is a key for the Jokers going into this game as well. It definitely is, and we spoke about this on the call yesterday about how it was lacking, and speaking with Sammy after the game, he literally said for them, low numbers on the bench means that they can't give the referees any opportunities to give penalties. He's confident that their top line will step up and dominate this game, but I want to see it. I'm really excited to see it. Well, Curtis Villani, the veteran goaltender for the Wings, he's really had a resurgence over the last couple years. The Wings were the best team in the regular season, wire to wire. The Jokers had an up and down regular season, but they did get there in the end, and they're looking to win their 3rd championship in 4 years. If the Red Wings win, it's 5 championships in 8 years. To put it simply, there's 5 clubs here in South Australia in this ice arena that play hockey here. 2 of them have been dividing and conquering at the top level, trying to tussle for who really are the kings of this game here in South Australia. Simply put, this is the game to decide who the dominant team is, probably of the last half decade, maybe a little bit more.
Absolutely, and there's no overstating it. It's not just bragging rights. There is one rink in this city, and there is only one winner at the top, and this is the top.
The Red Wings have sort of been the establishment, and they're looking to keep that old ice arena order. The Jokers are a group of young bucks trying to come up and disrupt the New World Order. The Wings want to say that their time isn't done yet. 5 in 8 would certainly be a dynastic term, as would 3 and 4 for the Jokers if they can come away with this game.
And that's what makes it so enjoyable to watch, because it's two completely different eras almost of hockey here. There's a 10-year gap between the style of the Jokers and the style of the Red Wings. So it is that question of which one is still relevant.
Take a look at the Red Wings getting those last words in there. A couple big grand final players in the mix and in the equation. Steve Best has won a few of them in his time. That Canadian duo of Jordan Freeman and Josh Portsignan, they've combined for 41 points this season. They'll play a factor. Number 13 in green, Nathaniel Benson, wasn't in the lineup last year when the Jokers met the Red Wings in the grand final, but he's here tonight, and he's been a big present throughout the playoffs. 3 goals and 4 assists in the final series so far. Didn't have a goal last night. He may need one on this afternoon to help propel the Jokers to 3 and 4. Nick Powell versus Nathaniel Benson in the opening face-off of Game 3 of the Premier League Series. The entire season comes down to this. Let's play some hockey. Draw skirmished, and it's picked up by young Julian Friedrich, who will play it back to his defense. Played off to the left side. It's blocked by Powell, and off goes Julian Friedrich. Friedrich left side looking for Nathaniel Benson. Benson tries to work his way around, but it's cut off, and it goes for icing. So just a reminder, in these games, it is run time until the last minute. That's the way the A-grade or Premier League competition works here in South Australia.
And already, you know, they're looking for these quick things, these touch passes, the long passes. Jokers had a bit of a fumble there. They nearly gave the Red Wings an opportunity, but good pick up there by Danny Strawbridge.
Draw will come to the left, and it's won by the Jokers. They'll cycle this back behind the goal. It's Julian Friedrich, stretch pass ahead, and again, this could go for icing, but Daniel Chen breaks that out. There's that speed of the Jokers we'll be watching throughout that game. They've got a lot of it to burn, but a short bench tonight. Dan Strawbridge can't find the puck at his feet, and that allows Zach Steele to collide in on him. Jokers wrap it around the boards. It gets tipped in behind the goal, and it's picked up by Andrew Chen, who gets hit hard, punished beyond the boards. It creates an opportunity off the forecheck, and Jordan Freeman almost banked it home in front of the net. Nick Powell, sorry, it's Steve Best in behind the goal. Newbound was calling it for the point. Finally gets that puck. He'll give it back to Best. Shot in the slot. Shot goes off a skate and into the corner. Picked up by Daniel Chen. Chen works his way up the left side. Chen all the way down. Works his way down behind the goal. Chen trying to wrap around. Back on the goal line. Daniel Chen cycling back to the right point. Played off to the left side. It's tipped away by Julian Friedrich. And it's grabbed once again by Jordan Freeman, who plays it out of the zone. Picked up by Nathaniel Benson. Shifty play off to Ambrose Foster. And Villani inside the game now as he paddled that one into the corner. Bill Newbound lifts this all the way down the ice. It will rattle onto the feet of Jeremy Friedrich for a stoppage in play, but both teams starting to feel each other out early in this one.
Yeah, that's right. And I think the Red Wings are applying a little bit of pressure, but just wanting to see how the refs are reacting to it. While the Jokers they're using that speed real early, trying to get those stretch passes, but they're not quite tape to tape right now. The enthusiasm on both sides is definitely there. A little bit of confusion there by the Red Wings on their changes. Happens at every level. Jokers as well, by the look of it. Big James Williams coming out.
Adam Wise chips it around the corner. Picked up on the left side. Kept alive by Jake O'Brien, and they start that cycle. Dan Kadelka tips it in behind the goal. Picked up centering play. No one was there. It was Chris Carrison who was trying to get the attack. Jokers bank it off the boards, and it goes out into the center ice area, and Adam Wise plays this around the corner. picked up by Jordan Geyer in his own end. Almost gives it away in front of the net, but he'll safely steer it out towards the center line, and he gets it to the Finnish sensation, Sami Mantier. Mantier bodies a man off the puck, stands on the half wall, sauces it across to Geyer. He can't handle the pass. He takes an awkward tumble, and it's knocked ahead with O'Brien going the other direction. O'Brien powers in front of the net. Jeremy Friedrich with a big save, and then the second opportunity takes that away. Picked up on the left side, played around the right side again, and it's tipped away as Tim Benson, who had that sort of scary moment rolling his ankle late in the last game. Benson plays it off to Geyer. Geyer chips it off the boards. Ambrose Foster was looking for a man down the left side as it's shoveled ahead by James Williams, but it's picked up again by the Red Wings. Josh Bortsignon in on the left side, working on the backhand. Bortsignon plays it off the back. Bortsignon cycles it around the half boards, and it's played back around the right side. Picked up once again, and it's played off towards the center line as Williams tips it off to Benson. Benson plays it, and Bortsignon takes it away, and he'll play this off to Dave Gallick. Goes off an awkward skate as it's picked up by Nathaniel Benson in behind the boards. Nicola Powell grinding away for it in the corner. 3 Jokers working against the 2 Red Wing defensemen, as Bodie Henderson is also inside the action. Coming away with it is Nathaniel Benson. In behind the goal, centering play in the slot. It was a dangerous pass into a dangerous area, but no one was there to pull the trigger. Chen plays it off the right side. Friedrich on the left. Newbound plays it again off the bank boards, and it's gone into Julian Friedrich. He plays it off the left side, and it's escaped up by Daniel Chen. Fighting hard in the corner is Josh Bortsignon on the back check. Wings hem just a little bit in the zone, but the puck finally pops out. Now Steve Best turns on the burners, burns by Chen, but the glove save from Friedrich shuts the door. First real opportunity of this hockey game comes on the stick of the explosive scorer, Steve Best. You can feel the tension already in this game between the 2 teams, and a huge hit behind the play. Freeman belts a player into the boards, and Dan Strawbridge is in all sorts right now. It looks like he's holding his shoulder.
And Danny Strawbridge is a really seasoned player. He's experienced. That looked like it hurt.
Good save on the replay there from Jeremy Friedrich. I don't know if we'll get a play on that. Here it is right here. So Strawbridge, there's the puck there.
And the problem you have with this hit is the gap. The gap between, and the head, the gap between where Freeman, Strawbridge, and the boards was. Enough of a gap that you hear the bang that hits the boards. It's different if you're right on the boards. That is not going to hurt as much. But when you've got that gap and you've got some space to fall into, it hurts.
Yeah, Strawbridge had a little bit of speed carrying into the boards. You never like to see this. It really does look like that shoulder. And Strawbridge, who is a tough guy, is in a lot of pain right now.
Even Freeman out there acknowledging.
And the puck was on his stick. It wasn't a malicious hit. It was just an awkward place and awkward time for it.
Yep.
And that is the perils of ice hockey sometime. But we wish Dan Strawbridge well. That is a scary one to watch. Especially because all these guys, they have full-time jobs. They're doing this on the side. A lot of them tradies, laborers. Like, they need their bodies to work and live.
Absolutely. This is not the NHL.
Here's a look at Steve Best. He turned on the burners, split the defense, but he just couldn't get the 2 hands on the shot. Draw will come to the left side.
Nifty little shot with one hand, though, Steve.
14-12 on there. And it's played off on the right side as it's chipped along the boards and picked up by Dan Kudelka. Kudelka in behind the net, working his way on the backhand. Kudelka plays it up to Steve Best. Best wraps it in behind the boards, and he'll give chase. Picked up by Jeremy Friedrich. Friedrich takes a funny bounce off the stanchion, but it's onto the stick safely to Sami Mantier. He leads Ambrose Foster ahead. Foster tips it in, and it's paddled wide by Curtis Villani. Kudelka grinding in the corner. He has James Williams all over him. Sami Mantier centering that line with Foster and Williams as Geyer gets the shot on net. It was chopped in front. Tommy Tate plays it out, and he backhands this down, but slipped behind the defense was Steve Best, who's going to cause some commotion for Jeremy Friedrich. He gives it away to Steele, and Friedrich has to get back in net to just block that one away. And the Joker's almost just in a, hey, get me to safety kind of move. Play this out on the backside.
And Jeremy's very confident. He comes out of the net quite often. To get back in time was phenomenal. But there are those risky plays that as a coach you look at it and you're sort of like, oh, goalie, please stay in your net. You're giving me a heart attack.
Draw tipped off the left side. Bill Newbound plays it around the boards. Picked up once again as the Jokers play it down the boards, and it's picked up by James Williams. Chopped forward by Bill Newbound. Plays it off to the right side once again as Adam Wise chips it forward. Chris Carrison going in on the forecheck for the Wings. Jordan Geyer cuts him off. Carrison is centering play. Williams can't control. Giveaway in front of the net. Dylan Wallace, who's had a phenomenal season, 11 goals on the year, almost had a prime scoring opportunity in the slot. The speedy Danny Chen around one Red Wing, and he'll slip in behind Adam Wise. Bounces off Newbound. Chen still with possession of the puck. Centering play from Benson, looking for Friedrich in front of the net. This is the line that'll make it happen for the Jokers, but Villani just freezes the puck to escape danger.
And you can see the Red Wings are not mucking around when it comes to protecting Curtis Villani. If they can't make it work with defending the players, they'll defend the goalie. And this shot here nearly gets off. Good work there by Danny Chen and Nat Benson. But here it is here with Benson trying desperately to get to Julian Friedrich, but he's cut off by Carrison and a bunch of other Red Wings. It's going to take something for the Jokers to get to this one.
Gal lobs it into the center of the ice. Benson turns it the other way. A nice give from Friedrich. Centering play looking for Daniel Chen, and he couldn't find the stick. Chen gets checked away along the half wall. Dave Gal lobs this up high, and the puck will bounce and bobble all the way down to the paddle of Jeremy Friedrich. Goals at a premium in this series so far. It's played with that sort of tightness you would expect between the two best in South Australia. Benson cuts his way to the middle of the ice. Nice stick check from the Italian stallion, Nicola Powell. Joining the rush is Andrew Chen. Benson back to Daniel Chen. Chenyan tried to dangle around to Kadelka, but he won the battle, and working his way up the right side is Bortsignon. Turned over in the middle of the ice. Julian Friedrich finds the stick of Daniel Chen. Tried to lead a man ahead. They were just a little bit offside. Daniel Chen doesn't like it. It's tough to tell in this rink where there's no blue line.
No, I'm looking dead at it. I don't like it. That's a bad call. No, I don't think that was offside at all. I think they had full control, but I mean, ref's call is ref's call.
I think Daniel Chen was the one that had his body turned. That's who they called offside, not the winger. 3 shots to 3 early on. Similar to yesterday, just even Steven when it comes to those shots on goals and opportunities.
It's that early time. They're feeling each other out, but here, another offside.
Well, maybe even Steven now on the offside calls too. 2 close calls. But neither team giving a lot of lip service to the referees. You saw a little bit of that yesterday. Both sides getting in the ears of the refs. Tonight it's almost mouths closed, stick on the ice, go to work for both of these teams.
I think that would be the smart move.
On the right side once again, Red Wings try to enter the zone. Andrew Chen plays it off the boards. Mantier can't hold on to the play. He finds Newbound. Tipped off to the left side. Steele centering play in front of the net. Steve Best plays it in the corner. Mantier blocks the shot, centering play again. Best with a shot on net. A bobbling puck just trickled a little bit wide. Best on the backhand. Best in the corner. Newbound left side, and it's picked up by Foster and played down the line.
To say Steve Best is hungry is an understatement. The man is starving.
On the left once again. Best plays it off the left. Works his way down low. Best in the corner, slots one into front of the net, and Carrison plays it around the corner. Carrison to Newbound. Picked up by Steve Best, or by Nathaniel Benson. Daniel Chen on the wraparound centering play. Friedrich was powering in front of the net, and it'll be the Canadian Jake O'Brien who works his way down the left side. On the back check is Daniel Chen, and Dylan Wallace all over him. He takes a tumble into the corner. Chen sticks him down to the ground, and a big check laid by Jake O'Brien. He goes tumbling to the ice. Physicality starting to become a factor here midway through the first. Julian Friedrich, backhanded play, looking for Daniel Chen, and it's upended by the combination of Kadelka and Wallace. Stretch pass, give through traffic in the neutral zone. Benson goes up high, rebound from Friedrich, rebound again, and Friedrich picks it up in the corner. Back to the point, and Benson tried to get a shot. Dave Gall's away if they can get it to him, and it just goes off the skate of Benson. Nicola Powell could have sent Dave Gall in on a breakaway, but it goes off the back of the skate. Here's the speed of Daniel Chen. Cross ice pass to Friedrich. Friedrich drags it, dumps it down low. Benson to Chen, side angle shot, rebound popped out, and now an outlet pass down the left wing and a foot race for it. It's Chen versus Gal, and Andrew Chen gets there first. Chen peels around behind the net, and the Jokers will just stick it back behind, and they'll reset on the breakout. James Williams, left side, nice cross ice pass to Andrew Chen. Chen flicks one on net, steered away from Villani. Newbound plays it on the right side. Henderson drops this off for Zach Steele. Long pass, it's given right back to the Joker defense, but Freeman trying to power forward, creates a turnover, and Steve Best has that quick release. Some good flow in Grand Final Game 3.
Geez, I mean, the opportunities had right there just in that shift alone. Here comes Daniel Chen. Now, he's trying to work it out of his own zone, and he's getting so much pressure. Not just Daniel, but the whole Jokers team. They're just getting pressure from these Red Wings.
Tipped in front of the net. Jokers trying to scramble it away and knock it off to the right side. Tim Benson chasing for this behind the net as Timothy Benson plays it off, but it goes tipped off Jordan Freeman and out into the net. See those Asteria Augie stickers on the helmet? That's where the Red Wings have been meeting for their pregame meals the last couple of days. The Augie effect.
I am very jealous. Very, very jealous. Nicola Powell, one of the owners, correct, Eric?
Correct,
yes. Yeah. No, some authentic Italian food there. Get yourself there.
Off the jaw again, Jeremy Friedrich will freeze it. But what are you seeing in this so far, Justine? A pretty close contest early. Definitely
very close contest. These teams have this different style, so they're kind of still in the stage of feeling each other out, I feel, whereas the Jokers, they've got so many opportunities where no one's home, right in front of the net. So many good plays. Reds, exactly the same, but they're going in guns blazing, and it's just not making it work right now.
Best off to the left point to Newbound. Played in behind the boards. Steele can't hold on to it. Picked up by Best. Plays it off the right side. Played off to Tom Tate. Dumps it back down low. Tate chips it off to the left point for Best, and a big rebound goes all the way back to the point. Tate can't hold the line. It's a foot race for it. Mantier versus Tate. Tate gets there first, and he sends it into the neutral zone for Freeman and Best to collect. Here's Stevie Wonder off on the left side. Center play. Dangerous opportunity in the slot. No one can get a stick on it except for Daniel Chen in the neutral zone. Chen enters. Benson was calling for it in front of the net. Instead, he'll just gather the disc in the corner. Loose puck in the slot, and the Red Wings have been good at getting the stick on dangerous opportunities. They'll just steer this clear into the opposite zone. Benson enters through the blue line, cuts off to his left, tries to fire a shot off Dylan Wallace. Got a skate on it. Wallace off on the left side, and he takes a tumble.
And Chris Parks makes the call. Interference. I reckon that's on Dylan Wallace for this play right here. Yeah, okay, right. So he's knocked Andrew Chen clear off the path of the puck. I see that. Chris Parks, very experienced ref. Definitely a good call on that one, I would say.
So it takes about 15 minutes to get the first power play opportunity of the game.
We did see yesterday the power play, the Jokers had such great possession, great control. See if they can make it happen again.
Only a couple opportunities last night in that 2-1 loss. Chen out wide, tries to cut his way into the slot. You can see what they're trying to do. Benson on the left side to Sammy Mantier, who will captain this power play from behind the net, but he gets the puck taken off him from Adam Wise. Another Joker player had to fly in there to try to regain possession. Julian Friedrich digging away in the corner. Sammy Mantier trying to scoop this one up as well. Friedrich working with Mantier. Mantier and Friedrich battling away for it. Mantier can't gain possession. Picked up again by the Jokers. Grabbed by Friedrich. Off on the left side. Friedrich to the left. Benson tried the cross-ice pass. Adam Wise got on the way of that. Still possession remains. Faking the shot was Chen. A dangle. Friedrich. Benson goes up high, and I think Filani got the top end of the stick on it. Red Wings still can't clear. Jokers with tremendous amount of pressure with the man advantage. Mantier back to Chen. He walks the line, fires one up high, and it goes off Adam Wise and behind the net. Mantier can't gain possession. Newbound to Wise. Wise can't clear, glove down by Benson. Benson chipped down low to Mantier. Back to Benson, to Chen. Chen all over them right now. Sauce pass to Benson. Can they finally pull the trigger? Benson waiting patiently. Andrew Chen through traffic. Big block, Dave Gal. Red Wings can't clear. They're exhausted at the moment. Another shot block. Big PK effort here from the Red Wings, holding on for dear life. Mantier back to Benson. Seam pass, and Chen couldn't settle it down with 15 seconds to go. Finally, Wallace couldn't tip it out. Chen walks in, shot, and just battled away from Curtis Villani. Penalty about to come to an end. Jokers still can smell blood. Tipped away, and Nicola Powell clears the zone, and the Red Wings will kill the power play. It was a full 2 minutes of possession, and the Jokers couldn't find the goal. Loose puck again in front of the net. Chen can't settle it down. He'll play it off, and now Jake O'Brien, who took that penalty, will power his way to the opposite zone. Kadelka off on the right. Tom Tate trying to gain possession, and the Red Wings just can't hold on to it. Wow, what a power play, Justine. They did everything but score. And a funny bounce. Nick Powell, the hero last night, off the crossbar. Powell with a second chance. My goodness. You can feel the tension in this game. We'll get a stoppage in play, but wow, how is the pressure from the Jokers?
Unbelievable. You said it, Eric. They did everything except score. They had the possession, they had the control, but the result was not there. Everything you want the possession and the control for is not there. They're moving the Red Wings side to side, trying to get a gap, but it was not there.
Red Wings did a good job of blocking a few shots, and they'll try to get one on goal here. Tip forward from Freeman. Best playing his way in the quarter. Jordan Freeman working against it. Freeman playing it with Zach Steele. Steele kicks it to himself. Freeman trying to find Steele. Freeman. Team's battling hard in the corner. Best gives it back to Zach Steele. Steele with a sharp angle shot. There's that traffic the Red Wings were looking for in front of the net, but nobody could take a stab at it. Kadelka trying to hold the line for the Red Wings. He'll chip it and move it himself. Kadelka fires a shot on net, but Jeremy Friedrich saw it all the way. We'll have a stoppage in the clock.
Very nice play there by Kadelka, the young one on the Wings team. He might be the only one on the Wings team who's sort of in the same style as the Jokers. He really challenges them. He knows how they work. He's just as quick. He could stay with them. We're seeing some calming down on the benches from Chris Parks.
Nicola Powell will settle this. Powell off the faceoff, couldn't hold the line. Tip forward by Dave Gal. Gal powers his way in front of the net. He was upended at the last second. Jokers will try to respond in transition. Daniel Chen tried to tip it around Tom Tate, but the veteran defenseman was having nothing of that. Newbound floats it forward. Skating after it is Gal, and Friedrich will have to freeze things up with just under 9 seconds to go.
Such intensity in both their own ways. The flow from the Jokers, the absolutely inescapable pounding offense from the Red Wings. It's all there except for the goal.
Draw will come off to the left of Friedrich. Trying to tip this one back. Newbound settles things down. He plays it off to the right side, wrapped around the boards, looking for Nicola Powell. Powell couldn't quite find the edge, and finally a weight collision off a late hit, and it's on here at the ice arena. Geyer and Freeman at the center of it, Nicola Powell in the middle of it. Nathaniel Benson was the first to go down on the late hit, and everybody getting involved.
They've almost been holding it in for 20 minutes, and now there's helmets off, everything's on. But the thing that the Jokers don't need right now is any more injuries. They started the game with 11 skaters. They're down to 10. Danny Strawbridge out of the lineup. But if we have a look here at where the conflict probably started, Andrew Chen, Bortignon, and Nat's just gone in.
Yeah, I think that's where it started, was Nat hitting Bortignon late, and then Nat.
Just that discipline. You need to have it when you are 10 skaters in game 3. It's just not worth it.
You'd probably say instigated by Benson there first.
I would actually, yes, I would say that.
Let's see if we can get another look at that replay again. You can see this is as the clock was expiring, so buzzer goes off about here. So Bortignon probably just a little shove, nothing too major after the whistle. Benson took exception to that. So Bortignon, nothing out of the ordinary, playing the puck to the buzzer, and then Benson probably heard the buzzer, saw his player on the ground. He took exception to it, and then all the players were just trying to tie people up, saying, I did it, you did it, we did it, we all did it.
Well, that's what happens. It's a chain reaction event, because as soon as Benson takes exception to it, Dave Gow takes exception to that. And then you actually see Bortignon trying to pull 2 players up hard afterwards. It's actually a little bit humorous. Josh Bortignon trying to be like, no, stop play. It's good, but at the same time, if I'm Sammy Mantieri, I am going nuts right now. It is 0-0. And at the end of the first, you want to pull something that might put you down someone like Danny Chen. You do not need that right now.
We'll see if there's any paperwork that they need to sort out, or do they just say, you know what, everybody grab somebody.
I reckon they're sorting it out right now. You can see 3 refs, now 4 refs, all having a discussion about probably what they saw, what they can interpret, and what they think needs to be dished out. There's a written list, I'm guessing. That's promising. I reckon Chris Parks has got a few thoughts. We do not want to see another game dominated by penalties. You just don't see the real strength in a team if they are riddled with penalty minutes and constantly playing on their special teams. And a team like the Jokers, they will not be able to handle it. They'll just get too tired. The 2 head refs deciding now who cops it.
And nothing put on the board yet. So you feel like if they would have called a penalty, it would have been up on the board at this time. There could be some coincidentals that might not be up there, so you might not see a player on the ice a couple times. We don't have access to that at the moment. We'll see.
Well, that's the thing. And when there's a 10 handed out, it's not always on the board. And that was the case with something that happened yesterday, as a 10 was given. We didn't actually know about it because nothing was on the board. So it becomes one of those games where you sort of have to have the ref go over and give the list out to each team. This is who's going and this is what for. And because when it's a scuffle like that, when you've got 10 odd players in there, you don't know who's getting what. You lose track. And here it is again. Andrew Chen, Bortignon goes in, Nat takes exception. Dave Gow comes in, takes exception to that. And the chain just keeps going and going.
Nick Powell jumps in.
And there's Danny.
Daniel Chen jumps in, and then Bortignon jumps back in, and then Nick Powell has his hands up in Geyer's face, and then Geyer puts his hands back in Powell's face. And
they all know each other. That's the thing I think people forget, is these are guys who play together in the professional league, so they do know each other.
So 2 2-minute penalties are being put on the board. I dare say it's going to be Benson and Bortignon.
I don't know if Bortignon really deserves it, to be quite honest, Eric. I don't know. It really depends. If the refs want to say, okay, we're going to keep the peace and give 1 each, Nat Benson's definitely getting 1. And
Dave Gow.
Dave Gow, okay.
Yeah, because he did jump in there, Dave Gow,
he took exception to what Benson did. So, okay, they're giving it to the 2 aftermaths.
Bortignon sort of laid the hit as the buzzer was going.
But
Benson took exception to that and hit Bortignon, and then Gow took exception to Benson and hit Benson, and that's probably where we're at. So it'll be 4-on-4 hockey to start an already dramatic game number 2.
And they're both number 13, so unlucky for those 2, literally. Interesting how they play the 4-on-4 though, because you saw yesterday it creates so much space, and the team that probably benefits from that space most is the Jokers. They love the space, they love the fluidity, so it's going to be interesting to see how the Red Wings cope.
Freeman, right off the bat, that flicks into the bench. So we're underway. That just eats into some of the 4-on-4 time we're having already. Chen, Geyer, Mantier, and Julian Friedrich out there for the Jokers. It's Freeman, Wise, Best, and Kadelka. So Kadelka adding a whole lot of speed and a lot of ice to work with when Dan Kadelka on the ice as well. Look for him to try to exploit something here, 4-on-4. And the youngster is going to get an opportunity with the puck on his stick behind the net. Kadelka stops and slashes the other direction. Given away, though, Mantier almost found Julian Friedrich coming into the zone. Steve Best along the blue line, cuts his way to the center. Here comes Steve Best, 3-on-2, fires one upstairs, rebound in the slot. It's cleaned away by the Jokers. If it gets the distance, it'll be icing. It won't, because Villani gives it away to Mantier. Mantier, a sharp angle shot. It was almost disaster for Curtis Villani and the Red Wings. Freeman going the other way, 2-on-2, fires one to the chest of Jeremy Friedrich.
And what an impossible angle. Poor Sammy. I think he got control just as his angle was about to be cut off. Here it is here, the turnover, the goalie's nightmare in action. And Sammy almost basically behind the red line at that point. Just not enough of an angle. Here it is again. Oh, that's a tough one. And Wisey there as well, just in case the angle was right.
Wisey forced Sammy to have to go to a more difficult angle. Otherwise, it would have been a layup. So credit to Adam Wise for helping bail out his goaltender just by providing a little bit of obstruction.
Nice little slide there.
20 seconds to go of 4-on-4 play. Off the draw, scooped up by Timothy Benson, and it's Nick Powell taking it the other direction. Powell fires one, going down low on Friedrich once again. If he can see it, he'll stop it. Given away at the left point. Powell in the slot, fires one, big rebound. Powell almost got a stick on it again. Benson centering play, tipped forward by James Williams, who will try to dig for it behind the goal, but it's played by Henderson, and it'll be cycled back behind the boards, stuck on the stick of Bill Newbound, and finally out into the neutral zone area. Benson plays it forward, off Nick Powell. Powell can't hold the line. Working for Nathaniel Benson. Here's Benson across the ice. Back to the left point for Chen. Teams back to 5-on-5. Shot through traffic, and I think we're going to have a late call here.
Connor Oxlade going over to tell Chris Parks something. I'm interested to hear what, because they were firmly in the zone and with possession, about to take a shot. Sammy Mantier has a lot of questions right now. That was a very, very strange time to have a whistle. Danny Chen looking all kinds of confused. Can't possibly be offside. Been in the zone for a good minute.
Steve Best and Jordan Geyer.
Oh, they're good friends. I think that they'll kiss and make up afterwards. I think they're just trying to give the crowd something to look at.
Team still 5-on-5. Refs came over to have a conversation with the Jokers. Then Oxlade stopped play, and now Chris Parks talking at the benches here.
Maybe it has to do with what they were saying yesterday. Maybe a little bit of extra commentary from the benches that they're not accepting today. But very strange time to blow the whistle on that. And I'm seeing we've got 4 Jokers. There's no call. You'd almost want to be apologising if you're Connor Oxlade. That was a prime opportunity the Jokers had, and taken away by a whistle. Danny Chen looking really not happy.
5-on-5 still. Draw coming outside the zone. Nathaniel Benson back on the ice. Plays it off to the right side as Jordan Geyer wraps it behind the boards. Nick Powell tries to clear the zone. It's tipped off by Jordan Freeman. Freeman can't hold the line, and it's played back. Chen cuts his way forward. That's tipped down in behind the line. Grabbed once again on the right side. Geyer fires a shot on net. Steve Best trying to get possession, and it could be a breakaway. Steele almost collides into Steve Best. Zach Steele kicks it to himself behind the goal. Good back check from Nathaniel Benson. Steele finally gets the pass off, but it's intercepted by Chen. He can't clear the zone. Freeman keeps this disc alive in the attacking zone. Centering play in the slot. Geyer was there first, and it's finally tipped out for Daniel Chen to skate away. Chen turns on the wheels on the left side, drops it off for Julian Friedrich. Friedrich tries to angle his way around, and he's finally bumped off the puck, and the Red Wings will try to chip it out of the zone. Kept alive from Geyer, who whistles a shot a little bit wide. Takes a bounce off the low boards. Back to Julian Friedrich. Friedrich, a centering play, goes all the way back to Geyer, and Geyer plays it on the left side. Down low. Benson back to Geyer. Geyer on the right side. Benson blocks the shot, and it goes back in the neutral zone. Benson playing it forward, a little bit out of sorts, the Jokers on that offensive zone entry, but they're going to get a turnover here. Benson finds Chen. Chen tips it forward, looking for Julian Friedrich, and it's finally gloved down by Dan Kadelka, who will skate this out down the left side, and he'll go on a bit of a journey down the ice. Kadelka tries to cut his way forward, still with possession, but he gives it right to the stick to his friend, Julian Friedrich.
Oh, Sammy.
Just offside, I think, on that pass.
What a breakaway it would have been. And the tricks to prove it as well. But don't know. Let's have a look on this.
It was a lob pass from Julian Friedrich. It was a three-line pass.
Adam Wise is going, you can't be serious, because it was firmly offside. But you know what? I love the
heck of a pass, though.
Oh, what was it ever? Sammy with a nice new helmet today, a nice yellow bucket, as it were. I think that one might belong to Nat Benson, I dare say. But, yeah, the one yesterday looked a little worse for wear.
Off the draw on the right side, Nick Powell cycling it around behind the boards. Dave Gal couldn't settle it down. Andrew Chen shoveling it along the near boards, and finally Mantier will chip this out, and he'll let his speedy wingmates go to work. That's James Williams and Ambrose Foster. On the right side once again, and it's given away. Mantier down low, tries to go upstairs, and Curtis Villani got a piece of it, but Sammy Mantier with a golden interception, and the man with the golden bucket almost put his team up 1-0.
Great pick there by Sammy, good vision, and I think even having Bill there as well, I think Bill just kind of cut off that half of the net for him. Very, very eager and hungry. And Sammy, we don't see that from very often. He's usually a playmaker, but I think at this point in the game, they're thinking one goal here is going to change the tide.
Red Wings defense has been strong. Off the draw again. Jokers keep it alive. Nice backhanded pass to Friedrich. Works its way back to Timothy Benson. Chen, sharp angle pass, still keeps it alive. Chen swiveling in front of the net, but the puck sailed on him, and Jake O'Brien will take this away with Chris Karrason. Karrason enters the zone, gets bumped off the puck, and Julian Friedrich will wheel and go the other way. Grasping at the puck was Dylan Wallace. Friedrich still on his feet, and he'll work his way into the corner. Picked up again by the Red Wings, though, as they shovel the pass in the corner as this one tipped away. Red Wings tip this off to Karrason. They can't hold the line. Jokers stab away it on the left side. Walking down and cycling around is Daniel Chen on the right side, as it's scooped up by Julian Friedrich, and now the Red Wings go the other direction. Working on the left-hand side and getting bumped off the puck was Dan Kadelka. Cycling back down low. O'Brien and a penalty coming. O'Brien just tangled up at the last second, and I think the Red Wings are going to have their first power play opportunity of the game.
And look at this replay here. Dan Kudelka, like I said before, he's got so much speed and control. They're making it hard for him, though. You got Andrew Chen on the boards with him, but I think where this power play is a little bit later. And, yeah, I reckon that's where it is. Danny's just got a little bit caught up. His glove has actually come off with his stick because, yeah, he's been, yeah. So if you see the head wrapped around the top of the torso a little bit, I reckon that's going to be a call any day.
Bortanyov, a turnover, scores! A crucial mistake. And the Red Wings take advantage. They draw first blood.
Point blank range, not even off the ice, and at the speed of a snail, the exact right spot. Here it is again. Bortanyov waited in the wings and just popped it right through the legs of Jeremy Friedrich. And Dave Gal right there ready just in case it didn't.
And Timothy Benson got tangled up, and it allowed Dave Gal to push that puck forward. And Josh Bortanyov, who tied the game in the third period to make it 1-1 yesterday, has given the Red Wings the first lead of Game 3. And now another turnover. Dave Gal hoping to pounce again. Drops it to the goal scorer, Bortsignon. He stays in command of the puck. Turns on the outside. That shot is blocked. Ambrose Foster can't hold the line. Teams tangle for it. Dave Gal off the backhand. Gal, right side. Tate, back to Gal. Gal, centering play, dropped down once again. That last goal going to go down as a power play goal. Just a couple seconds into it. Mantier just holds the line. Shot on net. Friedrich gloves it down, and Sammy will go for a skate. Plays it off to his right wing for Foster. Tip for Andrew Chen. Chen dropped for Mantier. Mantier turns into the corner, dropped off, one-timer, and that's the best save from Villani so far. Curtis Villani allowed a goal in the first 6 minutes of game number 2, and he has been money since then. Went through 2.5 periods and now a period and a half today. Tight defense from the Red Wings and some solid goaltending from Villani, and the Red Wings are halfway through the game with a lead, trying to go back-to-back. Chen, pass up the middle to Benson. He curls on the right side. Benson dangling in the corner, centering play on the slot, but it was just a slew of Red Wings that had the traffic in front of the goal. Red Wings tip it along the boards. Played back the other way. Bortsignon off to the left side to Kadelka. Kadelka stops on the half boards. Chips it in behind. Jordan Freeman searching for it, but the Red Wings somehow find a way to keep it in the zone. Picked up by Benson. Benson trying to find it on the right side. Steve Best intercepts at the center line. He's looking for Jordan Freeman. Freeman gets checked down, and it's gloved by Benson, and the Jokers will recoil. Up the right side once again. Chen escapes one defender, slices through another, but the puck tipped free in the neutral zone, and Steve Best will gobble it up. Best curls on the backhand, drops it in the slot. Freeman down low, traffic in front. A few Red Wings, they ravaged on the ice, but they couldn't get a stick on it. Daniel Chen going the other way. Steve Best, tenacious on the back check, pokes the puck away. Bill Newbound in behind the goal. Newbound off the left side, lobs it forward. That puck should go for icing unless Jeremy Friedrich stops it. He does it, he gives it away. Freeman scores! That's about as bad a giveaway as you can ask for. It could have been icing. Instead, it's 2-0 Red Wings.
And you've got to think about the mental element. Here's Jeremy Friedrich, probably the best goaltender in Adelaide, and he probably just gets it a little bit too far to the left than he wants to be. Freeman pops it right where he doesn't want it.
That is a gaff up the middle of the ice when it could have been icing. And
you can see Gaia's trying desperately to sort of deflect it away, but you hate to see those.
2 mistakes in the last few minutes for the Jokers. One off the face-off and now one from the goaltender have put the Red Wings in a big position. They're out shooting them, outscoring them, and they're in pole position to win this game. Up 2-0 with 6:34 to go in the second. Still lots of time, but the Red Wings punishing the Jokers for critical errors. Now Karrasen on the right side, and he almost made it 3-0. Chris Karrasen hit the iron. He had a tight window, and that almost was net.
It was a great shot, actually. If you have a look here, that's the perfect sort of, oh, geez Louise. As we say, give that bar a jersey.
I think Jeremy
actually.
got that.
That's all Jeremy Friedrich there. And it's mental from this point. The Jokers have to rise. They cannot drop their heads.
What a save from Jeremy Friedrich. Puck through traffic again. What can the Jokers do to turn up the temperature in this game? Foster uses a man as a screen. Curtis Villani, big save. No rebound.
And Ambrose has actually had quite a few good shots today. He's a little weak on the hits, but to be fair, he's getting his opportunities and he's making the most of them. The Jokers with an offensive opportunity here. Can they do something with it?
Newbound off the draw. So defensively sound in this game. You think about some of the scrambling opportunities the Jokers did have off of one turnover. Mantier at the open cage. Adam Wise made a nice play. Took away another opportunity Sammy had, and now it's Dave Gal kicking it to himself. He's got one defender to beat. He'll just send it into the corner and chase after his rebound in the slot. And a big block shot from Jordan Geyer in front of the net. The scrambling Jokers go the other way. Daniel Chen drops it off to Benson. Out wide. Back to Chen. And it was a play on the slot. And Julian Friedrich couldn't get a stick on it. Benson to Julian. Julian down low. Back to Benson. To the slot for Andrew Chen. He unloads a shot. Scores!
There it is. They're not out. They're not dead. They're here. Plenty of time left. And a great set shot by Andrew Chen. The forwards haven't been doing it, so the D stepped in to finish the job. Good sight there. Not even too high. What a great position for that shot to be. It doesn't need to be chopped cheese.
A big response, a shot on net, and this line finally has something going. Villani a little bit of traffic in front of them, and the Jokers needed a response. They couldn't afford to go down 3. Instead, the lead is sliced in half. And it's a 2-1 game. We're on here at the Ice Arena. Freeman right back at it, and Jeremy Friedrich will freeze the puck and eat some more seconds.
And I love seeing that defensiveness from the Jokers. You have to admit, on that Bortignon goal, you had 2 Reds, 0 Jokers to stop him. Jeremy Friedrich left alone, but I don't think they're going to make that same mistake. Not again.
Draw off to the right of Jeremy Friedrich. Steve Best can't control the face-off, and the Jokers will play this around the boards. Off on the near side, Sammy Mantier leads James Williams ahead. Here's James Williams around the defense. Williams in front center. He played. Foster was there. He couldn't get a stick on it as Dan Kadelka made a last-ditch effort to break up that play. Awkwardly off the body of Zach Steele. He'll chase it off on the left wing. He'll push Andrew Chen back, but Chen comes away with the puck. Dumps it in behind the defense. Mantier working against Tate. Tate cuts off the angle but can't clear the zone. Foster chips it down low to Sammy Mantier. This line was tremendous in game number 1. Mantier with 2 goals, Foster with the other one. They've actually been pacing the Joker offense in this series. Benson behind his back, plays it to the Red Wing defense, and off the turnover, Steve Best goes up the ice. Best using a screen that was blocked by Andrew Chen. The goal scorer. Steele, left side. Chen tries to pick his pocket. Chen chases after him in the corner. Andrew Chen battling against Steve Best. There in support is Andrew Ambrose Foster. Julian Friedrich, rather, has his pass intercepted. And both teams will finish their line changes. Julian Friedrich finds Daniel Chen with a head of steam. He's into the slot. Chen with the stick down on the ice. And he slashed it a little bit wide. Back behind the goal. Chen, centering play, the slot scores!
There it is. And the Red Wings are not having it. Curtis Villani up in arms. He is swinging. And someone's down. Looks like Nat Benson on the bottom. Not quite sure who's on the top just yet.
Well, Benson scored the goal.
Looking like Wallace. I guess that's a celebration Nat Benson will never forget. Here it is again.
Well, Chen was behind the net.
Really nice. Oh, okay, there we go. See, a big celebration met with a little bit of frustration by Wise and then a lot of frustration by Villani. And Danny Chen using his hand to tell Curtis to be quiet. Probably not ideal, but Dylan Wallace takes exception to Benson.
This will be a good angle here. Here's the goal.
Yep.
And then it was Wise, checked Benson into Villani. Villani didn't see that, so he pushed back at Benson.
Thinking it's Benson's
Thinking
fault.
It was Benson's fault, and then Wallace came to the fence as you would when you have someone all over your goalie. So it was Adam Wise that pushed the player into the net.
It's a little thing you just think about as a defenseman. The last person you want to injure is your own goalie. Putting a player into them is just not something you want to do. You think about what would happen right now if Curtis Villani had torn his ACL in that scuffle. Red Wings would be over.
2-2 hockey game, though, so 2 critical errors from the Jokers. Bortignon, Freeman were able to capitalize, but Andrew Chen and Nathaniel Benson has leveled the game late.
Finally, that front and center play works. The Jokers have been trying it on for size all night long, and no one's been home. Finally, Nat Benson turns on the lights and says, "Honey, I'm home."
A lot to sort out here. We've got that 1-minute clock stoppage.
Yep. I mean, when you've got these extracurriculars, as you say, Eric, it is important to take the time see what each ref saw and really take into consideration what to do next. Because in that one, it's a bit of a funny one, you know, because you could see how it's funny, because Wisey I see is like the cheeky one from the Red Wings. I see Nat as like the cheeky one from the Jokers. So that's all sort of come to a head, I feel. You don't want people getting cold, though, and everyone's sort of standing around. I get for the Jokers, they're probably going to take advantage of the rest, but you don't really want to get too cold, especially when you're on a hot streak like the Jokers are right now.
There's a look at Curtis Villani trying to stay warm.
I think he's trying to stay a bit focused as well. He knows at this point he needs to be clear. Some players play really well when they're angry because they can motivate themselves to be constructive. Some players, not so much. And the latter is usually what you find. But there are exceptions to every rule. And there's Jeremy Friedrich, you know, in contrast, riding his stick back to the posts.
He can breathe a sigh of relief. It was a Jeremy Friedrich mental error that has cost the Jokers one of those goals. Red Wings scored their first goal, was off of a face-off. The puck was sort of tangled up in Benson's legs and nobody covered. It was two Red Wings in tight on the goal, and Bortignac poked one by Friedrich, 1-0, and then moments later, Friedrich, on what was going to be an icing call, stopped the puck in the corner and sent a centering pass through the middle of the ice, which was intercepted by Freeman, who put it in the empty net to make it 2-0, although Friedrich made a huge save on Karasyn moments later. Then it was a point shot with about 4 minutes to go in the period from Andrew Chen. That made it 2-1. And you just saw Nathaniel Benson tie it up seconds ago, well, at least in game time, on a nice pass from Daniel Chen. Exception taken after the whistle. And it looks like Adam Wise is going to get a penalty for coming in after and knocking Benson into his own goaltender. So the Jokers get the goal, they tie the game, and they get the power play.
And it looks like there must be a 10-minute misconduct to come or something, because you get numbers up on the glass where the scorers are, and that usually means that there is a 10. Now the question is, why does it say 19? Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Or is there a couple penalties sorted here, so two players get out at the 19-minute mark of the next period?
Coincidentals. That's, yeah, no, you're probably right, Eric. Coincidentals would be one way to account for that.
We need to get these mics reffed up sometime, NFL styles.
Yeah, we need a little bit of a system going with the scorers so they can translate what the refs have just told them. Because I think we do a pretty good guess, I think, Eric. I think we're pretty on the money, and I think it's pretty obvious why Adam Wise got the penalty. I don't think we'll have to speculate on that one, but no, definitely interested to see. And the response from each team, how do they go forward from here? Do they go forward angry, or do they let it go and decide? We've got 21 minutes to put it away, and we're back to 2-2, back to the beginning.
It is a Jokers power play. So they've scored 2 straight goals to tie this game up. And now, the last time they had a power play, they had the puck for the full possession of the 2 minutes. They were cycling the puck around, getting some shots on goal. It was a desperate effort to kill off the penalty from the Red Wings, but man, oh man, the Jokers looked fairly impressive while they were at work.
They were definitely in full control, but the Red Wings really kept them out. They did exactly what Bill Newbound said they wanted to do, which was to clog the whole middle. Without that middle, there's no set shot, and they've got players in the way, so once you take a shot, the danger is if it bounces off a Red Wing and it gets out of the zone, you start again. Starting again is really hard, and it's really time-consuming.
So it'll be set. They've got that fixed to 17 minutes, so there must be a couple 4-minute minors on there.
And the players we're not seeing on the ice. So we're not seeing Nat, Benson. And there's not many spares on the Jokers.
Yeah,
on
the power play, no Benson.
No Benson means it's probably him.
No Adam Wise.
No Adam Wise, which we know because it's number 3. I dare say there'd be another.
Could be a double minor to Wise and just that one single minor for Nathaniel Benson, which puts him a 2-minute power play.
And Wallace possibly as well.
Well, the Jokers now go to work with the power play and stop time here in the last minute. It is just enough to get out of the zone, and the Jokers will have to recoil. One of the goal scorers, Andrew Chen, in his own end. Chen tries to play it up the boards. Julian Friedrich tips it forward to Sammy Mantier. Mantier stops, looking across the ice. He's got Geyer. Geyer in front. Oh, what a save! And again on the rebound.
It's loose.
Curtis Villani with a game-changing save.
Ooh, even Jeremy Friedrich, he's acknowledging that. He's acknowledging that is a save to be reckoned with.
Oh my goodness.
Holy cannoli.
Daylight robbery you're about to witness. What a pass from Mantier, but take a look at this pass from Geyer. Oh.
And that is a death sentence.
And the second effort.
Oh. He doesn't know he's quite got it at that point, but you know what? He's made the biggest save of the year, I would dare say.
And on the rebound, what a save from Curtis Villani. Unbelievable moment from the Red Wings netminder. Jokers try to tip it forward. Best has to clear, he does, and that might eat the rest of the seconds of this period. Played up the right side from Jeremy Friedrich. He didn't go out the middle this time. Long shot in on net, and that ends a entertaining second period. All 4 goals in the game scored from it, but this save, the highlight.
Oh,
and here's the rebound save. The kick, the shot, and he got the glove up to make the save. That is unbelievable from Curtis Villani.
And I mean, I think that one, you got to note, Curtis is 30 years old. He is experienced, but that is just unbelievable. Unbelievable amount of anticipation. And there's Danny Chen, the shooter, right there. 2 prime opportunities. And I reckon he's thinking, I'm not letting those ones go again.
And Jeremy Friedrich on that play, almost moments after it, was just slamming his stick on the ice and a bit of a clap of appreciation for the incredible play that he just saw Curtis Villani make on the other end.
There's respect there for sure. It's a small town, goalies know goalies, everybody knows everybody really. But that is an unbelievable moment, and the respect was absolutely due.
So a minute to go before the last period begins.
And you see both goalies there getting their gear sorted, they're keeping on moving, they don't want to get cold at all. And I think we are back to it, Eric. I think we're back to battle of the goalies here. But if we can see the Jokers get those plays in the front of the net working like they did with that last Benson shot, I think, you know, and same goes for the Red Wings. If they can get their guys back into those fierce offensive opportunities, this is really anyone's game, isn't it?
20 minutes to decide the 2023 season. Red Wings looking for championship number 5 in 8 years. Jokers looking for 3 in 4 years. The winner of this game is a dynasty. This is the date to determine the dynasty in the South Australian ice hockey community, and both teams playing like it and showing why they've been so impressive over the last number of years. 3rd straight year these teams have met in the Grand Final Series.
And it's really hard, but I think it's going to be that the next goal is going to prove very, very instrumental. It's going to be very mentally indicative of who takes the next step.
Jokers will start this period with a power play for the next minute. They've had lots of power play opportunities, but they don't have a power play goal. Crowd starting to make a bit of noise in the crowd as well.
Very Red Wing dominated crowd tonight. I suppose that is due to most of the boys and the Jokers not really being of the age to have families and kids and even girlfriends for some of them. Although, you know, it's one of those things. It's good to see a full pack crowd, no matter who it is.
Mantier, the 2 Chens, Julian Friedrich and Jordan Geyer on for the power play to start for the Jokers. Killers are Josh Bortignon, Dan Kadelka, Steve Best, and Tom Tate. 20 minutes to decide the Premier. 20 minutes to determine the dynasty. About to get underway. Eric Balnar, Justine Ruffino, on the call. As Kadelka plays this into the zone, it's intercepted by Daniel Chen. He's got a couple big assists in the last 2 Joker goals to bring them back. Jokers showing some resilience, now trying to take the lead. Don't forget, the penalty that was called that they're on the power play came off the backs of that tying goal. It could be double jeopardy for the Red Wings. Shot blocked. Andrew Chen just banks it into the corner. Picked up in behind the net by Julian Friedrich. Julian towards the half boards for Danny Chen. Chen back to Friedrich. Friedrich behind the net. Tried to find Sammy Mantier in the slot. He couldn't bank it home. Andrew Chen, the goal scorer. Off to Geyer and a tip shot in front of the net, and Julian couldn't bank it home. Daniel Chen again. Back to the point. Andrew Chen. Geyer. Geyer tries to go upstairs, and that puck wraps all the way around the boards, and it will kill the last seconds of the power play. Some more good opportunities, but nothing to show for it. Teams right back at it now, 5-on-5. Here's Steve Best. Puck pops free in a favorable position for him, but he sends it right to the chest of Jeremy Friedrich.
Good control there by Jeremy. Andrew Chen a bit caught up in the middle there, so just Jordan Geyer there playing D on that play. Very, very close opportunities there for the Jokers. Again, the Red Wings doing such a good job of clogging up that middle, cutting off the options. No clear shots to be taken, really.
Williams off the draw. Played back around the boards, picked up again by Andrew Chen. Chen plays this off to Ambrose Foster, and Foster flicks it forward as it goes in behind the defense. Bodie Henderson centering play to Nick Powell, nearly turned over, but as Benson blows a tire, Freeman enters the zone. Freeman centering play. There's Timothy Benson, flicks it back to his defense, and Benson laboring a little bit on that ankle that he rolled over last night, and now it's an icing call, so Benson can't even get off the ice.
You can get an exception for injury, but then he would have to not play the next shift, is my understanding. So it's either he lives with it or he changes and has the medical change, and may not see him for a bit. Can they afford that right now is the question.
Dan Strawbridge left the game earlier. What looked like a shoulder injury, just on an awkward collision behind the net. Jokers up on the right side. Friedrich has to stutter step a little bit to get the puck across the ice, and it slips in behind the defense. That's where Andrew Chen is. Andrew Chen, one of the goal scorers. He's along the half boards. Andrew Chen drops this back off left point. Shot on net. Villani, who made that incredible save at the end of period number 3 to keep it a 2-2 game, makes his first save of the final third.
And the Jokers just looking around, figuring something out. They love their offensive zone. They love it to be fluid. Sammy Mantieri quarterbacking this one again at the face-off.
On the draw, Mantier just pushes it forward, but Adam Wise is there first. Wise around the board. Karrasin plays it up. It goes off of Jordan Geyer's stick, and it's settled down by Jake O'Brien. O'Brien tries to dance around Geyer. They get tangled up, and they take a tumble into the boards. Karrasin centering play into the slot, and Timothy Benson plays it off the left side. Benson back behind the net. Mantier also takes a bit of a tumble. Long shot off the bank boards, and it's picked up by Dan Kadelka. Kadelka gives this right back to Timothy Benson. Wallace powers his way forward, trying to pick that puck up in the feet of a couple of the Jokers players, and finally it's flicked in by Daniel Chen. Both teams feel like they're just conserving a bit of energy to what could be a frantic final 10 minutes to this 2023 season. Williams, puck taken away from him. Bortignon, dangerous play in the slot, and a Red Wing couldn't find a stick on it. Players have returned back to action. There's some speed from Daniel Chen. He's in behind the defense. Chen powering in behind the net, centering play in the slot, and the Red Wings just get a stick on it, and they'll bank the puck all the way down the ice, but they blew a tire. Nick Powell trying to take advantage, and Friedrich with a big save. Rebound was there for Bortignon. He's got one goal already. Loose puck in the slot. Powell gets a stick on it, and it's finally cleared out by the Jokers. Two big errors cost the Jokers earlier. Now a turnover from the Red Wings. Friedrich down low, and getting back with a last gasp effort to break it up was Tom Tate. Powell rifles it around the boards. Gal can't control the puck. Picked up once again from Andrew Chen. Side steering it to Jordan Geyer. And a big hit from behind in the numbers. And that's a penalty most days of the week. And it is going to be a power play for the Jokers.
And Danny Chen here, he had a bit of room. This is almost too unselfish for me because he had a shot there. This is one of the only things about Sammy's coaching that I've ever said to him, can you do this less? And it would be the unselfish aspect. That pass didn't need to be taken. Now here is that penalty. Look, there's hits and then there's getting hit in the numbers. And as you can see, clear in the back, clear in the numbers. 2 minutes for Tom Tate.
Not much argument from the Red Wings camp. Nathaniel Benson, who served that double minor after scoring the goal, he's back on the ice. They've done everything but score this Jokers power play, and a goal here could put them up late in Game 3 of the championship series. They were down 2-0 late in the second before 2 late goals tied it up. Andrew Chen to his brother Daniel. Daniel on the half marks. Banks it back to Andrew. Nathaniel Benson. He scored some big goals in his time. Championship winners. He just scored a game tire. Can he find the go-ahead goal? Puck sent all the way down the ice. Jeremy Friedrich will play the puck. Steve Best tried to create a turnover, but it's safely steered to Andrew Chen, who busts up the ice. Benson knocked forward on the left side to Friedrich. Friedrich fires one on that big rebound. Picked up by Mantier. Mantier fires a shot. It was deflected off a body in front of the net. Julian Friedrich right back to Andrew Chen. He finds Daniel Chen. Daniel Chen to Andrew Chen, and he skates it over to the left side for Julian Friedrich. Julian Friedrich, firm pass to Daniel Chen. Back to Andrew. One-timer shot blocked by Adam Wise, and the Red Wings clear with a minute to go in the power play. Andrew Chen skates it himself into the attacking zone. He'll stop, tries to fire a shot. It was broken up at the last second by Bodie Henderson. Here's Daniel Chen. He tries to tuck one in front. Curtis Valani pounces on the puck in the crease, and he gets a crucial stoppage with the clock still running.
And the rebound was there. If you have a look at this play once more, and Sammy could have had it. He could have had the ball game, but just a little bit wide on that pass, and then just over the net. Crucial opportunities here for the Jokers. And I believe this is that one just now from Danny Chen. Yep, it's right in front, and there's no Joker support, but 3 Red Wings there to help Curtis out.
Off the draw, Williams plays it off to the right wing. Seconds almost done on this power play, but still time to set up a shot. Mantier off the post! That was almost the go-ahead goal. And the Red Wings go the other direction. Steele tied up looking for Wallace, who slipped in behind Geyer, but he intercepted. Lead pass for Sammy Mantier will roll all the way in front of the goaltender, and it's picked up by Henderson. Henderson on the left side. Wallace rifles one down the other direction, and Jeremy Friedrich picks it up and makes the save.
Very sad for Sammy, as it should have been poetic justice. Have a look at this shot there. Oh, just millimeters between him and the game, really. That post and just out. I mean, if anyone deserves it, it's Sammy. A lot of the talent you're seeing on the ice tonight, pretty much anyone under the age of about 25 can take a lot of credit from Sammy Mantier.
Nick Powell on the draw. Wins it cleanly. Back to Kadelka. Shot through traffic. It deflected. And I think Friedrich had to knock it into the corner. Centering play in the slot again. Kadelka jumps on it. Block shot, and the Jokers go the other way. Here's an opportunity for Mantier. He fires one on net. And it was Tom Tate that just got the skate on it, and that went up high as we've reached the midway point of the third. And Justine, your call of next goal could win it.
It's looking even more so, isn't it? I mean, it's really one of those mental things. And Sammy here on the breakaway, again, I would love it to be him more than anyone, but great block there by Tom Tate. Inside zone face-off for the Jokers.
Draw one, but it goes between the 2 green defensemen, and Jordan Geyer has to scamper back to pick it up in his own end. Clears it out of play.
Very, very. Ooh, it's a tough one. Sometimes it is. Ooh, they're talking about it. They are talking about it. I think Oxide wants it. Guyer's looking. It could be him. If you shoot the puck up within your own zone and it hits the netting or any other instrument above the boards, it is a delay of game penalty.
I think they're clear, though. I think they were just talking about, I think it got tipped out of play, and they were just discussing if the draw comes inside the zone or out of the zone. Obviously, it's coming to the right of Jeremy Friedrich.
Big sigh of relief there, I think, by the Jokers.
Teams battle away for it. Scooped up by Tim Benson. Shot on net again, and there's that traffic. You talked about it, Justine. That was what they needed to do, is get traffic in front of the net.
That is exactly what Bill Newbound's objective was, and I think he has successfully implemented that so far. A couple of exceptions, obviously.
Red Wings have scored their 2 goals off turnovers. Big gaffes from the Jokers. Put them down 2-0 before Benson and Andrew Chen tied the game late in the second. All 4 goals scored in that middle period so far. A very tightly contested first, and much like that first period, that has the same feeling here in the third. Tate stretch pass ahead. That gets tipped down in the corner. Chasing after it is Steve Best, but Timothy Benson is there first. Geyer wraps it around the boards. Julian Friedrich there in support. Friedrich tries to cut around one man, but a good job from Steve Best to create a turnover. Kadelka at the point. Rebound in the slot. It was slacked at there by Jordan Freeman, and the teams will skirmish for it in sort of that sticky spot of the rink. It's almost impossible to dig the puck out of that zone, and that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to get a stoppage. Only 8 minutes to go in this game.
I think there was a little bit of a slash behind the play. Julian's shouting out for some attention. I did see a glove go flying, but I have to admit I didn't actually see the altercation. So getting a bit heated, getting a bit passionate, but as you'd expect, winner take all, 8 minutes to go. It's going to start to get a little bit touchy out there, I would say.
Wallace on the face-off, flicked it into the corner. Red Wing trying to turn and fire. Now in the slot, Friedrich had to get down and make the save. Well, Justine, what are the overtime rules for the fans at home if this does go that far?
Finals is interesting. So there's one of two. I know it's one of 2 things. I can't actually tell you which one. It's not going to be 3-on-3 in finals. It's either 5-on-5. But there was a shootout the other night, and I didn't get to see it because I believe it's actually shootout. I'm about 70% sure it's shootout, which it's interesting to see who you got shooter-wise, but we won't even talk about that.
Best of 3 or best of 5?
I believe it is best of...
For 5 shooters or 3 shooters?
I think it's 5. From what I saw the other night, but it's after the... I believe the 3rd shooter, you can pick the same shooters again, if that makes sense.
Well, someone knows listening at home in our lovely ice hockey community. Maybe message Justine right now.
Message.
Give us the confirmation.
I didn't get that far in A grade, unfortunately. Sorry to my A grade boys listening out. So I would love to know, because I know it did change this year. In my defense, it yeah, the 3v3 overtime thing, I still get reminded about.
Maybe Christian knows. Maybe shoot him a message.
Christian Knott, paging Christian Knott.
Done a great job to organize these streams this weekend to help give a lot of these clubs memories and players memories on the weekend of winning their grand final. They play 6-7 months of the year training for these moments. And an awkward deflection. Well, the Jokers, it was that 2 turnovers, one off a face-off and one from Jeremy Friedrich that gifted the Red Wings 2 goals, and they almost gifted them a 3rd.
Funny bounces like that are just nightmarish for goalies because they don't know where it's going. You know, it's one of those things. Look at his eyes. They're about as big as golf balls.
6 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Off the draw again. Red Wings have had a few opportunities down this direction in the last couple of minutes as Nicola Powell tied up along the wall. Picked up once again. And the Jokers get knocked down as it's lobbed ahead by Adam Wise. Scooped up by Andrew Chen. Plays it off to Timothy Benson, rather. Nathaniel of the Benson variety just plays it back to his own defense, and Andrew Chen will chase this thing off. Given away. Andrew Chen plays it off the boards. Benson couldn't settle down the puck. A bit of hot potato going on right now. This ice is a bit rough. It's been played on for nearly an hour right now. 55 minutes in. Who's got the winner? It'll be a 10-minute overtime if it's done at the end of regulation, and if no one scores there, well, then we're going to a shootout. Long way to go before that. Freeman steamrolls a guy entering the zone, but it's a turnover. Benson going the other direction. tries to dance his way through a few white jerseys, and it's finally Bill Newbound who gobbles it up, and he'll skate it off to the right side. Tate flicks it forward. Zach Steele with some speed on the right side. Sharp angle shot, rebound was there, and a nice save from Jeremy Friedrich. Stretch pass the other way. Nathaniel Benson can't settle it down. Red Wings have pushed the pace the last couple minutes. Best fires a shot, and again Friedrich at the other end of a firing squad right now makes another big save. Steele takes a tumble. Puck gets freed on the boards, but Jokers can't clear. Newbound to Tate. Tate in front of the net, and it's deflected away from Friedrich once again. Puck stuck in the corner. Freeman gobbles that up and plays it off to the right boards. Red Wings had to be careful. It was close to too many men. They'll play it in offside with 4:25 to go.
And just looking at this replay here, Steele with a prime opportunity. Jeremy controls the rebound. Really well done there. And another one. Jeremy has had so much attention in about the last 3 to 4 minutes. You got to wonder, are the Jokers getting a bit tired? Can they pull something out?
Bortignac, Freeman, Andrew Chen, Nathaniel Benson. Those are the goal scorers in order. It was 2-0 Red Wings at one point. What an up and down series for both teams. Don't forget the Jokers had a third period lead yesterday trying to close out the championship. Red Wings scored 2 unanswered to win it late, and a loose puck in front of the net, and Jeremy Friedrich makes the save. And this series is coming down to the final few minutes.
And thank you so much to Jeff Fode, who has confirmed for us 10-minute stop time overtime, then a shootout, 5 shooters, but they have to be different shooters. Then after that, you can have whoever you want to shoot.
There was a big A-grade shootout where they ended up using a couple different shootouts.
They did, and then they used the same guy 3 times. Congratulations, Joey Rezek. Well done to Team Tigers and Rezek.
Tigers won the A-grade championship yesterday afternoon, right before Game 2. This is the final game of the hockey season.
This is it.
Puck cleared the long way, so seconds peeling off. We get that stop time that starts at the 2-minute marks, and you feel like both teams are quite happy. Ice the puck right now. Jokers will be gassed. They've been playing with just 10 skaters for most of this game. Dan Strawbridge left with an injury early in the game.
And the thing is, you know, we saw it yesterday. These things happen in the dying seconds of the game. So you can almost see, like you said, they're kind of biding their time, but you can't bite it too hard.
Off the face-off, and the Jokers will play this the other end of the ice. It allows Foster and Williams to jump off the ice. Chen and Benson will join Sammy Mantier. So a late change in tactics and lines is now Mantier going off the ice. Red Wings cut the other way. They can't clear the zone. Freeman with a shot tries to go upstairs. Friedrich makes the save, and this is going to run the clock down to that 2-minute mark where we'll start playing stop time.
And I'm going to say it because it has to be said, but these are the times when they need to be smart. A penalty right now for either team is a death sentence. Unless you really love not having icing on your side and you've got a play in mind, no penalties.
A dynasty hangs in the balance for one of these two teams. Jokers bounced off the puck. Steve Best applied the pressure. Bill Newbound jumps in from the point and chips it down low. He was looking for Steve Best, but he was intercepted by Andrew Chen. Nathaniel Benson, he had the late equalizer, needles it forward, and it's out of the ice creases. Jeremy Friedrich, who makes a big save.
It's good to see that second goal hasn't waned his confidence of coming out of the net, because he is a goalie who likes to move around, and move around he just did.
It feels like a while since the last shot on goal, or at least meaningful chance, came down on the other end on Curtis Villani.
I would love to say that might be tactical. Now Villani might be a little bit cold, but I dare say I could be wrong. I dare say I'd be wrong on that one.
Draw off to the right of Friedrich. Red Wings have been applying a lot of pressure as of late. Kadelka stops, pops, plays it down low for Nick Powell. He had the winner last night. Powell fires one through traffic, and it got deflected. Why again? The Italian stallion almost did it again. Now a loose puck. Daniel Chen racing for it, and he strips Adam Wise of the puck. Chen in the corner, plays it off for Julian Friedrich. Friedrich working with Chen. Back to the point for Geyer. Geyer, shot, blocked, and Bortignac tries to chip it out, but he can't play it off. It goes off of Jordan Geyer and finally out of play with $1:09 to go.
And I think the Jokers were calling for a delay of game on that one, but I do believe I
think it went off Geyer's
I was going to say,
noggin.
my eyesight could be deceiving me, but I think it clipped Geordie.
Draw will come to the right of Curtis Villani. Huge face-off. Can Mantier set up a set play? He gets it to Williams. Geyer plays it down low, and now the Red Wings will go the other direction, but it was a big play from Andrew Chen to break out the stretch pass. Steve Best intercepts in the neutral zone, and a man was a touch offside. Red Wings don't like the call at all.
No, a lot of yelling going on from down in the benches. You can hear it here, but I actually think that was all right. I don't know if we could see it on the replay, but I actually think that might have been okay.
I think we're nearly at that point where we can comfortably say next goal wins the premiership, and there's going to be a penalty on the board. That's what it was. Zach Steele has taken a late penalty.
Right.
Zach Steele has taken a penalty, and the Jokers are going to the power play with a chance to win the championship.
And Curtis is looking, he's looking very, very annoyed. But what I hate that I've said it, because now it's happened. Timeout has been issued, and a chat does need to be had.
Wow. So Zach Steele getting it. Bill Newbound, you can see him grimacing going back to the bench, but that is a critical penalty that Steele has taken, and it could give the Jokers the premiership if they score on this power play.
Because remember, if they take Jeremy Friedrich out of the net, that is a 6-on-4. And with the Jokers...
They won't do that, though, because it'll be a free shot for the Red Wings down on their own end to win it.
Oh, it is at the moment. But I think that give it some, I think maybe another 20, 30 seconds, and I think they're going to think about it. Because if you play that 6-on-4, when they're 5-on-4, they're commanding. 6-on-4, they'll be unstoppable.
Unless there's 3 seconds, 4 seconds left in a face-off down on the right side, there's no way. It's a free shot for the Red Wings to clear the zone and win the championship.
Eric, I promise you, that is not an easy shot. That's not that distance. It is not easy. And the possession that the Jokers have, I mean, it is one of those things where you're going all in. It's betting it all. But it's betting it all with the knowledge that if you do that, you're a team with 10 players who doesn't have to then play another 10 minutes potentially.
Well, the Jokers have been pretty good looking on their power play so far. They've had 3 opportunities. They've had a lot of chances on their power play, but they haven't found the back of the net. Curtis Villani, a big reason in that. Nathaniel Benson takes a massive face-off and wins it cleanly. Holding the line is Chen. He finds Daniel Chen. Back to Andrew. Andrew Chen through traffic. It goes off Newbound, skating into the corner. Bouncing on the puck, Daniel Chen to his brother Andrew, back to Daniel, Chen to Chen, and he can't quite handle the pass, so it's Nathaniel Benson there in support. One-timer from Chen, and it was blocked in front of the net from Newbound. 30 seconds to go in the period. Around the corner again, Nick Powell tries to shovel it, but he can't clear the zone. Benson winds, fire, Villani knocked out, scores! Are appealing, but Julian Friedrich may have delivered a title to the Jokers.
May have is the big operative word right now, Eric. I see a couple of refs talking. It was a high...
No goal! No goal!
They have called the goal.
No goal!
They have said it's not a goal.
Wait, you can see the replay here. It was batted out of midair from Julian Friedrich. Here it is. You're going to see the rebound. They're going to say it was above sort of the numbers. And, yeah, batted out of midair at about shoulder height. You can be the judge. I think that was probably a good call. Swinging at the puck from at the shoulders.
Oh, wow. You got to say, though, what a swing from Julian Friedrich. I reckon 1 out of 100 times. And Sammy Manteri seeking confirmation, none other than us, actually.
I mean, what are you going to say? Like, it's not going to change the ref's mind anyways. I mean, the refs, should we show them the replay?
I don't know if they want to see, but I love the take it upstairs aspect to it. As we've seen in AFL this year, it could have been very helpful, but fact of the matter is...
Just turn around the monitor?
Here it is.
We can just show the refs the monitor.
Not looking. We can see it, guys.
It was borderline. It was right at the shoulders, and he did swing down. But
he did.
Now it's a tip the other way. Short-handed. Dave Gall, a chance to win it. Goes up high. It's blocked. Now the Jokers go the other direction. Just 10 seconds. Drama at the ice arena. Chen kept alive by Mantier, and Bill Newbound will try to play it down the ice. And this puppy is going to go to overtime.
Ooh. And if you're Julian Friedrich, you hate to see it. Man, oh man.
We'll have a look at the replay again. We're going to call on our you know, in the NFL, how you have that official that comes in there? Jeff Fode sitting at home watching this game. What's your call, Jeff Fode, in the replay booth? Let's give your referee sort of official here. I know you're watching at home, but here's the replay right here. And it looked like the Jokers were winning the championship. Now, the call is that it was high. And here it is. It's up at about shoulder level, and he swings down. I think that's the indicative motion for me, is that he had to swing down at it, meaning it came from above. But it's also Julian's height. Any other player that would have been easily above, but because it's Julian, it's right at that shoulder height. But that's still a dramatic play that Julian Friedrich had.
Geez, it could have been. You know, reffing could have. They could have just said, "Yep, it's a goal." But you know, I think they're still talking about it. I dare say you can't change it now, but I think they're still talking about it. I think that if you're in doubt and it's a moment like this, you do have to call it off. You just have to say, "Look, it is really close to not being. Looked great, but it's just not enough." And because it's not a losing thing, it's an overtime thing.
What are people saying in the comments section? Can we check that? What do people say? What do our referees at home say? It's such a borderline and a big call.
We want to hear it, people. Please comment your thoughts.
Oh my goodness, what a wild, wild game we've had so far.
It's below the crossbar. It's a goal. Above the crossbar, no goal. Thank you, Neil Boyle.
Looks even with the crossbar. Oh man, it's so tight.
Oh.
Let's get one more. Do we have one more look at it?
This will cause some awesome debate.
We're looking for it. Is this at the crossbar? I think it's above the crossbar.
Oh, I think it might be.
I mean, it's at Julian Friedrich's shoulder level, and his shoulders are above the crossbar.
Yeah, and Russell King, this will cause some awesome debate for years to come. Matthew Lothian, goal. He's saying it's a goal. Adrian McMillan has to be over the shoulder, and his shoulder up, and it's up in the clouds. Well, that's no lie there. Shoulder is up in the clouds. He's a tall kid.
Either way, it was called a goal, then not a goal. It's such a tough call as a referee. I'm inclined to say no goal, but if it was a standing goal, I probably wouldn't argue it either. It's that tough one. Either way, overtime. Next goal wins the premiership. Next goal becomes the dynasty. Joker's still on the power play. Benson drops it in. Here's Chen, plays it down low, looking for Sammy Mantier. Mantier behind the net. Do or die for both of these teams. The final game of the winter season. Chen to Andrew Chen. He holds the line, looking through a lane. He found one. What a save from Curtis Villani.
What a shot.
He got the pad down, and he kept the Redwings alive. Team's trying to stick it away. Benson comes away with it. He scored these goals before, and the Jokers just hold the line. Redwings can't clear. Julian Friedrich to Mantier, scores! Game, set, championship!
And that is it. That is the ball game. The poetic ending I personally was hoping for. The coach, the playing coach, the mentor, the prodigy, Sammy Mantieri, finishes it, signs it. That's it. Done. Anyone who had any doubts about Sammy's abilities, his coaching, here it is, folks. Rewatch it 1,000 times. It's over.
Sammy retired a couple years ago, and he's back and scored 3 goals in the championship. And here's a look at it again. That nice pass from Julian Friedrich, and Mantier made absolutely no mistake.
Unbelievable ending to an epic showdown. 2 epic teams. We know it could have gone either way, but it was that one play, that one epic pass by Julian Friedrich, who was denied his goal, gets his point back at least. Here it is one more time. What a perfect shot under the arm of Curtis Villani.
Well, what this does, though, is that moment that you saw not long ago with the controversial Julian Friedrich winner late, it takes away the debate. Had the Red Wings gone and scored the other ways, that would have been a much debated moment in South Australian ice hockey history.
Absolutely.
But Sammy tucks one in for good measure. And what a game this was. The Jokers were down 2-0. They scored 2 late goals in the second to tie it up. Thought they had the winner late in the third. But that Zach Steele penalty ends up being very costly. And the Jokers finally took advantage on the power play at the beginning of overtime.
And here you see the Jokers not full strength either. Patrick Gassiorowski, you've got, so sorry, Jake. Glenn's son.
Winkler.
Winkler, thank you.
Josh Winkler?
Josh Winkler, sorry, that's right. And they're out there. They're with the team. They're missing Dominic. They're missing Nikita. And they did it. They did it despite it all with 10 players. Danny Strawbridge out there in a sling. Poor guy. Opening minutes of the game, he went down. Well, despite it all, the boys paid off.
It's not a long presentation, but we'll sign off as soon as the cup is presented for the viewers at home as the Jokers assemble at the line. But Sammy Mantier, he had no goals in the regular season. He scored 3 in the championship, including the overtime winner tonight. And what a moment that was for him to take it away beyond doubt. If you're a Red Wings supporter, you say the Friedrich goal was absolutely above the crossbar. If you're a Joker supporter, you say, no way. It was one of those tight calls.
Look, as a Joker supporter, I can tell you, if it's going to overtime, I'm okay with it.
Well, the trophy that the Red Wings won last year will be handed back to the Jokers. And we'll see the boys come and collect the trophy in a hot minute. Well, Jordan Geyer going to collect the trophy. We are very serious. The Jokers are a dynasty.
They are.
3 in 4 years.
And they've got years and years of talent to come.
A tremendous game to end a tremendous season. Thank you very much for everybody for joining us. Spacequake Sports for putting on the production. Justine, thank you to you. And of course, Marco and Dylan for calling game number 1, and you for the whole weekend. But what a weekend of hockey it was.
Oh, it was absolutely amazing. I think it had to come to this. It had to come to overtime just to make it absolutely so. Congratulations to everybody involved. That was the tightest of tight games. Came down to one single play, an undisputed goal by the Godfather himself, Sammy Mantier.
That settles things for us. It settles things for the season. This is Eric Ballnar signing off.